Come on. And here we go. I think that's it. Live, 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 live. We are live everywhere. Everywhere, everywhere. We are live everywhere. Ayo, ayo. All right, who do we have today? Today, we got Sweeties. How you doing, Sweeties? Luke, Eddie Campos, Eddie Dempsey. Eddie Campos, Eddie Dempsey, Vino, what's happening? Chaswick, how's it going there, Mr. Vino? Jex, Apple user, what's going on? Scott, Mike, Sweeney, Reversal Trader King, what's happening? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cindy, Richards, I see you. All right, who do we have here? We have Jay Trader, we have Jordo, Bigfoot, Mighty Bargain, John C., GR11, Cosa Nostro, what's happening? What's happening, Cause? Luke, Ash, Melatonin, holy cow, dude, I haven't seen you for a while. Hope everything's going well up there in Connecticut, enjoying the winter. All right, that being said, all right, what else do we have? Mag, good evening. SN at Canada, good evening. Be the Lion. Asman, Trey4, okay. Ali, Alexander, what's going on, Alexander? Thank you there, Alex. Rude Dude, back again. Dude, I haven't seen or heard from you in quite a while. Nice to see you back again. Machinist, Fonzie. What's going on, Fonzie? All right. Tom Sayan, what's happening? Good afternoon. Good. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Damn it. Is that the right phone or is that the wrong phone? Superlative wants to jump in and take a look at Verizon. Good evening. All right, Vino, what's happening? Not much. Okay, we had a very busy day today. Went and played soccer this morning. Took the boat out. Just got back. That's why I'm on a little bit late. I wasn't here at 9 because we were just coming in watching the sunset. It takes a while. Okay, believe it or not. If you're watching the sunset on a boat, you got to take after the sun goes down, you got to all the way back in, park off everything, clock everything down. Club Med Tom, afternoon, what's going on? Parker, should I still invest in oil and defense stocks even though they already moved? You know what, Parker? Give me its ticker symbol. We'll take a look at it, and I'll give you my opinion. Right now, I really couldn't tell you because, the weekend came, the weekend went, so I really have no idea what's going on at this moment in time. We'll see what happens tomorrow when the market opens up again. But that being said, LMT, Parker, Lockheed Martin, PLTR, Palantir, why people like that thing is beyond me. Beyond me, I tell you. But we'll take a look at it, and I'll show you why I don't like it. But I'll still take a look at it, though. All right. That being said, for those of you that are new here, never been here before, my name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader. Okay? If you look around, you'll notice I've done the 10-Minute Trade for almost 20 years. Government money, PLTR. Okay, maybe. Vino, thank you for that. Okay, so the story you about to hear is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. Dum, da, dum, dum. Some people get that, some people won't. Len, what do you think will happen on Monday with the war? Don't know, but we will find out. Sit tight. Let's take a look at what we're looking at. Thank you there, Mr. Len. All right. What's going on here? Oh, iCloud terms and conditions. I don't care about iCloud term. No. What? What the hell? Just got knocked off. Okay. Chat required. Something ain't working with this phone. All right. No. Let's go back to the beginning. Thank you. Here we go. Thank you. Let's do camera. Thank you. Reverse the camera. All right, try this one more time. All right. Andrew, what's going on, Andrew? Uh-oh, what's going on here? Live. Okay. So, Ella, how you doing, Ella? Landon, how you doing? Boop Bot GT. Interesting name. Andrew, how you doing? All right, Andrew, what we're doing here is we're looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week trading strategy every single week. 1%. That's over 50% per year. Yes, it is. All right. What are we looking at? Soon Free. Okay, Soon Free 81. James, you think the war will have a negative effect tomorrow on the market? You know what? We will find out. I honestly could not tell you what's going to happen between today and tomorrow morning when the market opens up. Who knows what's going to go on? Hold on. What do we have here? All right, hold on. All right, Superlative was first. He wants to take a look at Verizon, VZ. So let's take a look at Verizon. Now, for those of you that are new here, the screen behind me is live on YouTube. So you can go to YouTube and pull it up on your big screen TV if you can't see some of these small numbers. Yeah, didn't World War III start with Iran? Yeah, it did. It is what it is. You know, it's like I have no control of what happens in Washington. I don't think you do either. We just have no clue of what they're doing. So we'll see how the world reacts to it Monday. First thing Monday morning, we will see what happened. That's about as best we can do. All right, let's take a look at Verizon. Very first one on the list today. VZ, there we go. Hell no. Okay, I don't buy anything at the high. Who came up with this one? Superlative? Yeah, dude, I don't buy at the high. You've been here long enough. You know that. Now, had you talked to me a couple of weeks ago, maybe. Look at that nice run up. Now, once she's up here, yeah, wait for her to come back down before I jump in. No. Parker, Lockheed Martin. Hold on. Parker wants to take a look at Lockheed Martin. Well, it's a defense stock, right? LMT. Yeah, again, I don't buy anything at the high. Sorry, no. Palantir, PLTR. Interesting. Let's take a gander. Are you ready? Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was a year ago. Here's where it is now. Look at the motion. She goes up, down, up, down. Now she's going back up again. We're at 137.19. However, that was the last trade on Friday. Look what's happening after hours right now. It's at 140.135. Okay, so the 141s are going for 22, 222. Let's see if that actually works. Let's find out. The last 30 days, which we go all the way back to the 1st of February. There we go, right there. 30 days ago, she shoots up, pulls back. Now we're going up slowly, 137, why not? But we're at 140. Okay, we're actually at 141. Okay, well the 141 is going for 222. Let's see if this could be the first one for this week if you like Palantir. There is one word, no, okay. I wore, okay. Thank you. Yep, didn't work, okay. Yep, I get it. I see. Okay, let's do it. Let's get rid of this. Okay, first thing I want to do is change this to a covered call because I want simplicity. I want simplicity. I want predictability. I want profitability. And I want consistency. I want to do the same things over and over and over again and make the 1% that I'm looking for. Now, I have no desire whatsoever to sit in front of my computer all day, so no. 10, 15 minutes, that's all I want. Okay, we're right here. Okay, sit tight. All right, so we're going to change it from single to a covered call because a covered call is one of the safest trading strategies that I know. Because I can get my profit, I can jump in, I can jump out, and not even worry about any of that stuff. $141, there it is right there. One contract. Now, the reason why I'm doing just one contract to give you an idea of what is the profit What is the investment? What's the rate of return for one? And then you need to decide, can I do 1? Can I do 5? Can I do 32? Well, how about 47? Well, here we go. Here's the numbers. Palantir. Buy one covered call, Palantir, 6 March, which is this coming Friday. It's 5 days away. The 141 call option, $300 is my maximum profit right here. Max profit, $300. Well, what is it costing me as an investment? Because as an investment, how much do I got to put up? I got to put up $13,800 to make $300. Okay, well, let's see. What kind of rate of return is that? So to find out the rate of return, we're going to pull up the calculator. And the calculator is going to give us the numbers. All right, here's the calculator, if you can see it. If not, just follow along. We're going to take the profit, $300, and we're going to divide it by the investment. That's going to give us our rate of return for 1 week, 5 days. Okay, 13,000 is right here. Cost of trade, including commissions and fees. All right, 13,800. 1, 3, 8, 0, 0, and that's going to equal 2.1%. So here's the question you need to ask yourself. Okay, number one, do you like Palantir? That's question number one. Number two, is this company that you want to buy, Palantir, something you want to take a look at it every single day to make sure, what did I buy it for? What did I sell? Where's it at now? Where does it look like it's going? What should I do? They're all relatively simple questions. And if you ask yourself, well, here you go. This trading strategy that I'm giving to you for free was created for my 9-year-old daughter. 2008, when she was 9, she says to me, Dad, what are you doing? Can you teach me? So my 9-year-old daughter wants me to teach her how to invest in stocks. Well, here's the funny thing. Most adults don't understand it and they don't get it. So how am I supposed to teach a 9-year-old? Okay, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. Remember, 9-year-old little girl. Daddy, can you teach me? Okay. So the strategy I had to come up with, well, had to fit that criteria. Simple, safe, predictable, blah, blah, blah. So 5 rules to make it for a 9-year-old. Yeah, they need little parameters and they need rules. Rule 1. You can write them down if you want. Rule 1 is never buy something or never buy anything that you don't understand and you don't want to own it long term. If you don't know who Palantir is, if you have no idea what they do, if you have no concept whatsoever, you shouldn't be buying it. Plain and simple. If you don't understand it, don't buy it. It just makes sense. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the whole game. And yes, it is a game. It's a game for adults. Okay, I have settings on these channels that it's for adults, so kids can't come here. Hypothetically speaking, some of them do cheat once in a while, but it is what it is. You can't block everybody. Rule number 3. Now, this one boggles my mind because so many people go against it. And once you hear what the rule is, you'll think to yourself, why the hell would anybody do anything other than that? Here you go. You ready? Rule number 3. Make sure the company is profitable. Isn't that a weird rule? Think about it. We checked last week. Last week there was 10,934 companies. 10,000. Whoops. I need 2 hands for this one. 10,934 companies to invest in. So rule number 3 is pretty simple. Don't put your money into something that's not consistently profitable. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Think about it. And here's the funny thing. We'll be looking at stocks and we will see that they are not consistently profitable, but people put their money into them anyway. So, what was it again? 2 point something? 2.1. Now, I personally don't like Palantir because they have no dividends. But the benefit of the doubt, somebody wanted to take a look, so let's take a look. Here we go. So I'm going to save this one, Palantir 2.1. First one of the week. Go to save this one. Here we go. This is all last week. There it is. Uh-oh. I'm running out of space, aren't I? I hate it when it does that. I do. See? It does it once in a while. You'd think it's new technology, but it's not. It's like 10 or 15 years old, but it still works. Doing it again. Yep, here we go. I wonder if I have to reboot it. I don't know. What is the process to reboot this damn thing? All right, let's just stop with that. Here it is, Palantir. Palantir, 6 March, that's this coming Friday, the 141 call option. Stock's at 140.86. Was it 14 cents away at 141? Okay. Profit, $300. Investment, $13,800 for a 2.1% for 1 week. 2.1. Now, you got to ask yourself a question. $2.1. Okay, so the question would be, what else we have over here? Hold on. BE. Scarlet Billionaire wants to take a look at BE. Okay, BE. So, let's get rid of, wait a minute. All right, there we go. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Put that back to 0, back to here, and let's put in some BE. BE, which is Bloom Energy. I'm going to say no to Bloom Energy today. Let's take a look at that. You ready? Okay, 30-day bottom, 30-day top was Wednesday. Thursday was lower, Friday was lower. Lower, lower. This baby's coming down. Now, maybe, just maybe, we could put BE on the list for next week. Here we go, BE. And we'll take a look at it next week because, as you can see, here's a 30-day bottom. Shoots up. Now, profit taking is going to bring this down to probably about the 140 area before she turns around again. That's okay. I don't mind BE. What else do we got? Thank you there, Scarlett. Joseph, what's your position on GEV? What the heck is GEV? GE Vernova Inc. Okay. Now, I don't buy anything at the high. And it's $873 per share. Yeah, no. I don't do anything over $300. See, however much money you think I have, no, I'm not buying something for $800 a share. Should we do anything tomorrow option-wise with the current global situation? Of course you should, Richard. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that because I have no idea what your situation is. Okay, Jonathan wants to take a look at Bank of America. Well, let's take a gander. BAC. Okay. Now, Jonathan, I like Bank of America. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at it. Down, up, down. It's coming down at the moment, so jumping into Bank of America now, not the greatest plan in the world, but if you like it, maybe it will find the bottom Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, bounce off, and it might look okay. Rhodey! Oh, the TV is backwards. Yeah, it is. If you know a way of inverting the camera on the selfie cam of an iPhone, let me know. I'll fix it for you. How many kids can you pick out of a lineup? 0. I don't do the kid thing. That's disturbing. What the hell's the matter with you? Okay. James, I think the war will have an effect. Yeah, it might. Uh-oh. Soon Free wants to take a look at SanDisk. Now, SanDisk, I think that's out of my price range. SNDK. Yeah, $635. No. Here we go. Last 30 days. Are you ready? The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down. It's actually coming down now. No. Sorry. I like things plain, simple, right in your face, and you know exactly what's happened. 30-day high, 30-day bottom, then she goes up. Okay? She went up, now she's coming back down again. It's just coming down. No, maybe next week. Not this week, next week. Wicked Fox, what's happening? Rhodey. Yep, Brody, I got that one. How many? Yeah, it's disturbing. Okay. La 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 la. All right, we look at that. EL, how you doing today? Joseph, hello. What's my position on GE? We already looked at that one. Eben, how are you doing today? All right, Wrangler. Is this the same as the wheel strategy just applied to long-term dividend stocks? Kinda. A little bit different. PSL, okay, thank you. All right, T-Mac, Divvy, Pay Me, Halliburton, Lockheed Martin, and ES. Now, Halliburton, I'm going to say yes. We already looked at Lockheed Martin, but let's take a look at Halliburton. Another, what do they call that? Defense stock? Yeah, I don't buy anything at the high. Sorry. Lockheed Martin, we looked at. And ES, what is ES? ESO. Yeah. 2, no. I don't buy at the high, and I don't do monthlies. Okay, Rule 4, weekly options only. Wait a minute, I didn't go all the rules, did I? Rule 1, never buy something you don't understand, you don't want to own. Number 2, never sell a loss. Number 3, make sure the company's profitable. 4, Rule 4, weekly options only. And Rule 5, make sure all the numbers work. Now, we're going to get into that as we progress, so just sit tight, we'll get into it. Okay, Bryce, is there a video to go watch for the actual strategy? Am I not going fast enough for you? I'm actually showing you the strategy. I just did it. I just did one. And we're looking for the second one. Sit tight. You'll see exactly how it comes together. All right, I just got to find one good one, and we'll pull it up and take a look. Okay, Candace. Thank you, Candace. Wrangler. Is it the same? Okay, what? Wrangler. Okay, Art wants to take a look at RCAT. Okay. RCAT. Interesting. Well, let's take a look. Sit tight, watch. RCAT, 1165. We're currently at 1268. The 1250s are going for 30 cents. That's a yes. Okay. What's the chart telling us? The chart's telling us the high is here. The bottom is here. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. She goes up and down. All right. It goes up, down, up, down. Okay, right here it's dropping. So, are we wanting to buy as it's dropping? Probably not. Last 30 days. Here we go. Here's your last 30 days. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Not this week. Sorry. Now, I'm looking for a good one. So, sit tight. I'll find a good one. Or someone will come up with one. Lee, how you doing? Art, it's overnight, not after hours. Let me think. Trading closed at 4 p.m. on Friday. So anything after 4 p.m. on Friday is after hours. Until the market opens up tomorrow, well, until the morning gets here, that will be pre-market hours, and then anything after 4 o'clock is after hours. Okay? So until the morning gets here, it's still after hours. Okay? You can call it whatever you want. Ooh, Lucius Lamprou wants to take a look at you. 4 of them, 4 U's. What do we got? Interesting. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up. What's going on right there? Let's zoom on in. What are we looking at? The first right there. Here we go. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Yet another one dropping. Sorry. T-Mac. Divvy. Yep, T-Mac, we already looked at those. Okay, Mr. Green, how are you today? Is this the same? We already asked that question. Uh-oh. Enza, what's happening? Oscar's house. What's happening, Oscar's house? Peter Nicole, 2.3, question mark. What is 2.3 question mark? What does that mean? Does anybody know it? Oh. Brandon, thank you for that, Brandon. Oh, Brandon got me now. Thank you, Brandon. So what does 2.3 question mark mean? I have no idea. Okay, what else are we looking at? Enza, thank you there, Enza. Oscar Duke. Thank you there, Oscar Duke. What stock, Enza? That was you. I have no idea. What is that? Energy Fuel Inc. All right, Jeep Boy, how are you? Game Dev HQ. Do poor man's covered calls increase that 2.1 in a week to legit 6 point? Yeah, I get it. I just don't do them anymore. No dividends. Yep, you're correct. Social Lily, how you doing? Guitar Guy, but PLTR doesn't have dividends. Yes, I'm well aware it doesn't have dividends, but the agreement here is you give me something to look at, I will look at it. I didn't say I was going to buy it, okay? So somebody want to look at PLTR? Fine, I'll look at it. I won't put my money into it because it doesn't have dividends. Scarlet Billionaire, thank you. Julius Caesar, reboot is a funny word. Okay. Farmer Dan wants to take a look at PPG, but Cootie wants to take a look at Google. Why the hell you want to look at Google? Okay, here we go. Are you ready? The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at down, up, 311. Okay, it's at 306. The 305 is going for $9. Well, Google or Alphabet has only been paying dividends for the last 2 years. So it really doesn't fit for what I'm doing. But if you guys like Google, it is what it is. Here we go. Check it out. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. Now she's coming back up again. Okay, so the 312s. 311.76. We're at 306 because apparently the market dropped a little bit. But even at 305, it's bringing in $9. So let's see what the 305 is going to be. Let's get rid of this. Let's go back to covered calls. Do the 305 right there and just one contract. Here we go. This is what it sounds like. This is what it looks like. You ready? One covered call Google. 6 March. That's this coming Friday. 5 days away. The 305 call option, 872 is the profit. Well, cost of the trade plus commissions and fees is going to be $30,000. Well, might be a little off for some of you, but some of you might like Google. Well, let's take a look at it. Going to need the calculator. And the calculator basically says 872 profit divided by the investment, 29.6 628, just shy of 30 grand. Here comes 2.9. 2.9% for 1 week if you like Alphabet. If you like it. You don't have to like it. Well, let's save it. Because you asked, someone asked, here it is, 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 here we go. Alphabet 2.9. 2.9 is a nice number, isn't it? And there she is. Google. One covered call. Google. 6 March. That's this coming Friday. And the 305 call option. The stock's at 305.82. It's a very safe trade. Okay. 872 is the profit. 29,000, just shy of 30,000 is the investment. But it's 2.9%. Think about it. 1% a week is 50% per year. 2% is 100% per year. 3%, that's got to be at least 150. Got to be. Anyway, I'm going to say yeah, but I don't buy Google because they don't have enough dividends. They haven't been around long enough. 2.9. 2.9. Yeah, gotta love it. Why does this one turn off? All right. What do we have next? So that's Google. Someone liked it. I have no idea who it was, but it was someone. All right, so what do we have down here? All right, we did SanDisk. Everything's backwards. Yep. Is there a way to watch the actual strategy? I just showed you the strategy. I just showed it to you. I just got here. Hey, sorry. Okay. Sunrun. Give me your thoughts. Okay. A1, B2, C3 start. Yeah. Is Sunrun the actual ticker symbol? Let's find out. Sunrun. It's just RUN. RUN is the ticker symbol for Sunrun. Okay, remember that next time. Whoa. Now, normally you see a drop like this and most people will say, hell no. I'm saying yes. Do you know why? Once you find out why they did this thing right here, look at the, oh, nice. Okay, 12.95, the 13's going for, oh, hell yeah. But I have no idea who they are. Do you remember rule number 1? Never buy something you don't understand or you don't know anything about. I know nothing at all about this. Now, the numbers may look great, but I wouldn't buy it until I did research. Well, what's the research? Let's find out. Sunrun. Okay, we're going to go to Yahoo Finance to find out what this thing actually does. Because I know nothing about it. Yahoo Finance, Okay. RUN, Sunrun. Who the hell is Sunrun? Never heard of them. Who came up with that one? Oh, right there. A1, B2, C3 start. Interesting name. Okay. So here we go, Sunrun. Okay, here we go. Sunrun has recently faced significant volatility with shares dropping 36% despite strong quarterly earnings, the fourth quarter earnings, and revenue growth. The company's recent completion of a large-scale battery project and upgrade to a strong buy rating. So then why did it drop? It's got no dividends. So I know nothing about this one, but somebody wanted to take a look at it. Those are the numbers. Okay, is it profitable? We don't know. So why am I excited about it? Because anytime I see a drop like this, now we just read that they have a good quarter, the fourth quarter earnings last year. positive quarterly earnings last year and the revenue is up. So why the big drop? I don't know. Do some research before you take a look at it. So last 30 days. Okay? Up, down, up, down. The bottom is here, looking for a new bottom. Once the bottom shows up, now I like 2 days to the bottom. 2 days bouncing up. And then on the third day, I will jump in. So this here, there's no way I'd be buying it tomorrow, but maybe by Wednesday might be a good idea. I don't know. Christopher, how are you today? Thank you there, Mr. Christopher. All right, so if you like it, it's at $12.95. The 13s are going for 75. 13 into 75. It's got to be at least 5% or 6%. Could be. But do you like it? Do you understand it? It has no dividends. And I have no idea. I have no idea who they are or what they do. All right, what else do we got? Sorry about that. I don't know what your name is, but A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, start. Okay. What else do we have? All right. What else do we got? All right, thank you, Enza. What stock? We did that one. We did that one. No dividends, right? Yep, you got that one. Guitar guy. But, yep, we got that. Palantir doesn't have dividends. Yep. Derek, what's up? How are you doing? M-Gons, okay. Cootie, we did Google. Farmer Dan wants to take a look at PPG. Ooh, what's going on? Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down. It's coming down at the moment, but what happened on Friday? Okay. 30-day high, 30-day bottom, shoots up, comes back down again. Now, Friday was an up day, but we have a lower high and a lower low, so it's still coming down. I like 2 days to the upside. On the third day, I'd jump in. So this here, I wouldn't jump into it until at least bare minimum Wednesday. That's it for me. You didn't finish your story. Uh-oh. What was my story? You got to remember, I'm 62. At 62, things start to fall apart. And one of the first things to go is the old noodle. That's why I'm recording everything that I know before I lose it all. Because my mother's in her 80s, and it's very challenging having a conversation with her because she forgets so much. Okay, my dad's the same way. He's in his 80s, having a conversation with him is like, oh, yeah. So what I know, I want to get out on video so that my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren will have everything that I've learned along the way. And hopefully I'll live a little bit longer through videos. Who knows? All right. Italian over 1010. Okay, thank you there. Scarlet Billion, thank you. Leafs fan, you didn't finish my story. Can you briefly explain what story I was talking about? Load flow dispatch, BTU. Now, I actually bought some BTU a couple of weeks ago. Let's take a look at it. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down. She's dropping at the moment. Not something I want to jump into, but I already have it. Okay. Here we go. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. She shoots up, drops down, back up, back down. She's definitely coming down. Again, if you like it, wait for the bottom to show up. It could be tomorrow. It could be Tuesday. It could be Wednesday. It could be Thursday. It could be next month for all we know. If you like it. Any stock that you like, you should be tracking it. So it will tell you when to jump in and when not to jump in. So as she's going up, I don't want to buy. When she drops and then turns around, goes back up, that's where I want to jump in. She goes up, that's where I want to get rid of. As she comes back down, find a new bottom. Yep. They do all the same things. They go up, they go down, they go up, down, up. Same thing. DX. Dixon. What is DX? Hell no. Sorry. So Dixon, I don't do monthlies. Rule 4 is weekly options only. Okay? March, April, June, September. Those are months of the year, and they only pay once a month. So I can only trade it once a month. So what am I going to get? No, I don't do it because it just doesn't work for me. Load flow, PayPal, PYPL. Now, you do know PayPal just recently started paying dividends. They paid one. That's it. One. See, I'm looking, when I say consistently profitable, okay, load flow, consistently profitable, I'm talking 2 decades. That's 20 years. Okay, me personally, no. I would not do PayPal because it's not 20 years of profits. But let's take a look. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where, look at this, down, up, down, up. Now look at the gap right there. I love gaps because they have a tendency to fill, which means we know eventually this baby's going to come back up to 52. Well, we were down at 38, jumped up to 48. Hold on a second, okay? Here's the big drop. 52 down to 39. Up, down, up, down. Why did it do this if it's going to fill the gap? Well, the reason why it did that, because the bottom here was 38. She jumped up to 48. That's $10. That is over 22% jump from here to here. Yeah, there's going to be some profit taking. Once the profit taking's done, she'll shoot back up and she'll fill that hole. Gaps have a tendency to fill, so it will go back up if you like PayPal. But PayPal just recently started paying dividends, so they only got one dividend under their belt. I want 2 decades. That's 20 years, which would be 80. Think about 80 dividends in 20 years. 4 per year, that's 80. It's only have one so far. Yeah, so no, I don't do it. Dixon, we already said no to DX. Sorry, dude. Uh-oh. ABC123 wants to take a look at Lunar. LUNR. All right. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look, it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down. No, it's coming down. Why do I want to take a look at it? Doesn't quite fit, does it? Kevin, how you doing today? I see you. Thank you for showing up, Kevin. All right. Kimberly wants to take a look at ExxonMobil. Let's take a look. XOM, ExxonMobil. All right, Kimberly, I don't like buying at the high of the year, but let's zoom in a little closer, see what it looks like. Here we go, last 30 days. Bottom, top, okay, up, down, up, down. Now she's going back up again. We got all that room right there, which does look good. 152, but we're at 159. So we'll look at the 160s, and it's only going for 82. No. Now, the reason why I'm saying no is because the last traded price was 152.50. Okay, but after hours, it's at 158.80. The closest one is going to be the 160, and it's only paying 82. That's only 0.5%. No, thank you. Sorry. No, thank you. Sorry there, Kimberly. B-Dub, what's happening? Okay, Dixon, we already looked at DX. No. Load flow, we already looked at PayPal. That was a no also, for me anyway. A user 22554412855522. Why couldn't someone just name you Peter or Richard or even Tom? More uncertainty with world events does increase implied volatility, more option premiums. Okay, you do realize that's not a question, that's more of a statement. But you're correct. He's correct with the uncertainty what's happening in the world increases the implied volatility, which means that the premiums are higher. Doesn't change the fact whether or not it's going up or down. Okay? Up, down, up, down, up. So this one's definitely going up. Okay, fine. Do we like it? Or do you like it? That's what it comes down to. XOM. Do you like it? Yes or no? Okay. But 158.95. The closest one's going to be the 160, and it's only 0.5%. No, thank you. Sorry. All right, somebody, user 52550741492. No, 942, sorry. Who would have known the difference anyway? Really? All right, Home Depot, Dividend King alert. Okay, high, low was this, down, up, down, up, down. Why are we looking at it if it's coming down? I don't know, because people want to know. There it is right there, last 30 days. Up, down, up, down. Now she's going back up again. Okay, 380. 380, 380. Oh, hell yeah. 565. Well, that's almost 2%. And it's Home Depot. Do you realize Home Depot is a dividend king? Dividend kings means 5. All right, I'm going to do this a different way. Because when I say 5, people, oh, no. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 5 decades. 50 years of increased profits. So yeah, it definitely fits what we're looking for. And look at this. Up, down, up, down, up. She's definitely going up. Here's the bottom. Now she's going back up again. 379. The 379 is the 380, and it's 561. Hell yeah. I love Home Depot. Let's take a look. Get rid of this. Go over to here, down to here. And the 380 is right there. One contract. La, 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 la. Whoops, one more. There it is. Here we go. Are you ready? Home Depot. 6 March. That's this coming Friday. The 380 call option. The stock currently is at $379.99. You cannot get any closer to 380 than 379.99. You can't get any closer. So let's buy it at 379.99, sell it at 300, pick up 591 bucks. 37,000 is what I got to put up. What rate of return is that? Okay, calculator. What is that? 591. 591 divided by, are you ready? This is a big one. 37,409. Now, I don't want people to panic about this, okay? Because when you're investing in dividend stock, when you're investing at all, you're taking your money and you're putting it someplace safe. So you need to ask yourself, is Home Depot a safe company to put my money in? You either like it or you don't like it. Either it makes sense to you or it doesn't. Now, you don't have to do any investing at all. You got 2 choices. 1, learn to do it yourself, get better profits. Or 2, give it to someone else and just say, you know what? Okay, I'll deal with it. Because basically, that's what's going to happen. You're going to deal with it. Next. 1.57. Now, 1.57 is not bad for a company that's, been profitable for 5 decades. But yeah, Home Depot is on my list. And I'm going to write it down for tomorrow. Ready? There it is. One covered call. Home Depot. 6 March. That's this coming Friday. The 380 call option. 591's the profit. 37,000 is the investment. 1.57. 1.57 for 1 week. If you like Home Depot. Now, I'm assuming you're here because you want to invest your money. You got to put it somewhere. Seriously, you can't carry it around with you all the time. And if you're going to put it somewhere, you put it in your pocket. Put it in your wallet. Put it in your pocketbook. Or stick it under your bed. Or put it in the bank. Or put it into Home Depot. Put it into whatever. You got to put it somewhere. All right. That being said, 1.57. Home Depot, 1.57. Gotta love it. What do we have next? GE Aerospace. Ooh, Social Lily. We looked at ExxonMobil 10 minutes ago. Sorry. Mr. Green. I'm good, James. Thank you. I hope you're well. I had a wonderful weekend. I did. All right. Let's get out of this. Ooh, General Dynamics. Ooh, we'll take a look at that one. I mean, we looked at a couple other defense stocks, so we might as well look at another one. All right, what do we have here? Okay, GE Aerospace. GE. No. Now, don't get me wrong. I like GE. It's just at the high of the year. No, thank you. Sorry. It already made its run. Lucius Lamprou, GD, General Dynamics, GD. Interesting. Check this out. Ready, Lucius? Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up. It's at 357. After hours is 372. The 372 is going for 85 cents. Yeah, no. Sorry. That number right there looks horrible. So if you're going to wait until first thing in the morning, what am I buying it for? What is the closest strike price? What is that selling for? Yeah, 85 cents on a $300 stock? No, thank you. Patriotic Icon. In case we'll go with Z2 or ZS. I have no idea what that means. I'm Christopher. Thank you, Christopher. What happened to my camera? Camera just died on that one. Oh, well. Oscar's House, thank you. Okay, we already looked at GE. EPD. What is EPD? EPD. Interesting. Here we go. Check it out right there. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, sideways, up, down, up. 36.14. The 36 is going for 34. Yeah, we'll take a look at that one. Looks like 1%. Let's take a gander at it. Wait a second. Wait. Yeah, 36. Let's do the 36s. Okay, maybe. There you go. 30 days. 30-day bottom, 30-day top. Look at this. Shoots up, pulls back. Now she's going up again. Let's see what the 36 looks like. Let's get rid of that. Let's change this. Let's go to that. Let's go to the 36 right there. And that's less than 1%. That's going to be a no. Now, how can I tell it's less than 1%? Well, because it's only bringing $31 and it's cost me $3,500. That's less than 1%. Next. Sorry. EPD, no. Lopez, Marvell for the long play. Got to reset this, and he wants to take a look at Marvell. MRVL, Marvel. Here we go. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Down, up, down, up, down, up. So it's definitely going up. 81.69. The 82 is 430. Yeah. Yeah. Do you see the numbers? Let's take a look. She's definitely going up. 30-day high. She drops back up, back down, back up. Okay, so she's going up. The top is right there. A lot of space. There's a lot of space going up because here's the 30-day high right there. Here's where we are here, and she's going up. All right, fine. Let's do it. Let's check it out. Get rid of that. Go to covered calls, and we're going to do the 80 right there. And one contract. Here we go. Are you ready? Here we go. Buy one covered call, Marvel. $80. Oh, 6 March. That's this coming Friday. The $80 call option. 535, and it's only $7,000. Well, hell yeah, that one looks pretty damn good. Let's check it out. Calculator. 535 divided by 74.65. 74.65 comes to 7.1. Holy Charlie. I love 7.1. Let's take a look. 7.1. All right, let's get this out of here. Okay. Marvel, 7.1. Gotta love 7.1. It's not the highest we've ever gotten. I think the highest we've ever gotten was like 11. I love 11. 11 works for me. But this is paying 7.1. Here we go, right here. There she is, right there. Marvel, 6 March. That's this coming Friday. $80 call option. Look at the price, $79.60. That's pretty close to 80, $79.60. 535 is the profit. The investment, $7,400. Let's find out what the number is. Wait a minute, we already did the number, 7.1, right? 7.1. Okay. We got one more to go. Who's got one? 7.1. Gotta love it. Woo, that's a good one. 7.1%. If you like, remember rule 1? Do you like Marvel or do you not like Marvel? A yes or a no. Let's grab a seat and see what kind of questions we got. Cyber Ninja, week 26 guide from residential. I have no idea what that means. Run crushed earnings. Yeah, I'm aware of it. It also pulled back quite a bit. Guide is why dropped. Okay, now like I said before, okay, I don't know who they are. I have no idea what they do. Okay, look at it from my point of view. My point of view, okay, remember I'm sick, two hands. I'm 62, which means I'm retired, number 1. Number 2, there's a lot of things going on in the world that I really don't care about because I'm at the point where I'm at. Okay, I can't be drafted. I'd like to go to war. I'm one of those rednecks with the big, nah, sorry, I don't have an arsenal. But I'd be right up there on the front line. I don't care. You know, I've done my life. You know, I've volunteered. Never mind, don't get me started. Okay, Cyber Ninja. I have no idea what you're talking about, okay? Because I have no idea what run does. None. Okay, so basically, that means I don't invest in it because I have no idea who they are or what they do. Is what it is. Okay, Ortega, Hertz. Ooh, I actually have some Hertz. I do. Let's get out of that. Let's get back to here. Let's go over to here. And let's put in some Hertz. HTZ. Ooh. That looks kind of nifty. Kinda. Ortega. Let's take a look. You ready? Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Shoots up. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So she's coming up from where she was. And let's see what that looks like. There we go. Last 30 days. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. So she's definitely going up. And we're looking at 450. The 450 is going for 19. But she's at 460. Yeah, that works. Wait a minute. Yeah, that does work. If you like Hertz. Okay, let's get rid of this. Right there. Right there. Whoa, no. Covered call, Hertz, 450, right there. And one contract, right there. And here's Johnny. Buy one covered call, Hertz, 6 March 26. That's this coming Friday. The $4.50 call option. Okay, it's currently at 460, which means I'm selling it for less than I'm buying it for. But I'm still walking away with a profit. Imagine that. I'm buying it for 460, selling it for 450, and still walking away with a profit. Well, that works for me. Let's check it out. Okay? Maximum profit, 17 bucks. Cost of trade, including commissions and fees, 433 bucks. Well, let's find out. Calculator, profit, 17. 17, and we're going to divide it by the investment, 433. Okay, 433 comes to a grand total of 3.9. 3.9. That's not bad for 1 week if you think about it. We're going to get over there in a second. Hold on. All right. So let's save this one, 3.9. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Hertz, 3.9%. Yay! Gotta love it. Come on. Where are you? Where are you? Here we go. There it is, Hertz. One covered call Hertz, 6 March. The $4.50 call option, if you like Hertz. $17 is the profit per contract. 433 is the contract size. Now, a contract, basically, I'm buying 100 shares. I'm going to buy 100 shares. I'm going to sell somebody the rights to buy it from me for the same price I paid for it. Walk away with 3.9% for 1 week. That's weird. Think about it. I'm buying it for 460, selling it for 450, walking away with 3.9% for 1 week. And all it has to do is stay above 450. It just makes sense. To me, it does anyway. That's what I do it. And yes, I already have some Hertz. All right, so let's get out of that. I did save it. All right, let's get out of that. Let's get out of that. Let's get out of this. Let's go back to this right there. And let's get out of this thing, 3.9%. And that's it. That's number 5. 3.9. 3.9. That's not bad if you think about it. Who do we have here? All right. Fernando. What's happening, Fernando? All right. What do we have over here? La la la. All right. Oh, I knew I forgot to do something. I put the Zoom call on and I forgot to send the invites to everybody. Oh, that's not good. All right, so that's Hertz. Let's take a look at some of these questions before we go on. All right, we did Hertz. Okay, Cyber Ninja. Okay, I hear what you're saying. Okay, Run, R-U-N, Sunrun did beat earnings. And it had a good fourth quarter last year. However, we've seen quarterly earnings that are positive and the stocks drop. Run did the exact same thing. It dropped big. So if you really like it, wait for it to bounce off the bottom. George, PPL. What the hell is PPL? I think I know what it is. Well, PPL's a no for 2 reasons, George. Reason number 1, George, I don't buy anything at the high. It's at the high of the year. Okay? There's an old saying, George. You want to make money in the stock market, you buy low and you sell high. Not the other way around. So there's no way in God's green earth am I going to be buying PPL at the high. That's number 1. Number 2, I don't do monthly options. March, April, June, July, October, January. Yeah, no. I don't do monthlies. I own Rule 4, weekly options only. All right, let's take a look at some more of these questions. But thanks for your input there, George. Ben, how are you? Tick Cabal, back again, I see. Okay, patriotic icon. ZS. What the hell is ZS? Okay, never heard of it before. Z-scaler. Ooh. All right, take a look. Up, she's come crashing down. What's going on right there? Let's zoom in. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, no. Oops. Okay. I wait for that to change before I do anything about that. All right, Lucius Lamprou. Sit tight for a second. I want to see what's on over here because I haven't seen anything from this side. I don't want you guys to feel left out. Wow, all these questions, I didn't answer any of them. Merv, Ralph, what's happening? Can you look at NAT? I'm Candace. Hello, Miss Candace, and how are you today? NAT. Nordic American Tank. Hell no. Now, don't get me wrong, Candace, sorry. But NAT is at the high of the year, number one. I don't buy at the high of the year. That's number one. Number two, do you see this right here? Those monthlies. I don't do monthlies. Sorry. Brandon thinks it's funny. Uh-oh. Cecil likes the Qs. My opinion on the Qs. You're not going to like it, Cecil. Nobody ever likes my opinion on the Qs. Now, Cecil, we're going to jump on over to Yahoo Finance. Now, Yahoo Finance is a website you want to go to be able to look at detailed financial information from stocks that you actually like. So let's take a look. Invesco QQQ, here we go. All right, it's $607. $607 per share. Okay? Let me explain to you, Cecil, why I don't like it. Are you ready? Now, we're going to come down to a few things I want to show you. Okay? First thing, Cecil, I want to show you. Do you understand what the yield is? The yield is basically taking all the dividends, adding them all up for the year, which just so happens to be dividend. It's where the hell is it? It's not there. Well, anyway, you add up all the dividends, okay? All the dividends, and you divide it by the purchase price. That gives you the rate of return, also called the yield. You ready? Triple Qs is paying a 0.45. 0.4. It's not even 0.5% for the year. So last year it paid 0.45. Not even 0.5%. Point. Right there, 0.45, not even 0.5%. 0.5% is 0.5. That's 0.5%. And that's for the year, not for the month, for the year. 0.45, hell no. Okay, but let's see how much worse it actually gets, because it does get worse. Hold on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at historical data. Now historical data is going to give us every single day, okay, every single day, what was the opening price? What was the high price of the day? What was the low price of the day? What was the close? What was the adjustment? And what is the volume? That's all the numbers right there. That's not what I want to look at, though. What I want to look at is right here. Dividends only. Now, the reason why I want to take a look at the dividends only, Cecil, is because the dividend is a portion of the profits paid out to the investors. So if I'm going to buy the Qs, they're going to give me a small portion of the profit every single time they pay a dividend. Weekly, monthly, annually, biannually, semi-annually, quarterly, whatever it is. I want to take a look at all the dividends and see how consistently profitable is this. Now, the reason I say how consistently profitable, now remember I said earlier I want simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Number one, never buy something you don't want to own. Number two, never sell a loss. Number three, make sure the company's consistently profitable. So we're going to take a look at the Qs and see how profitable are they consistently. Let's find out. All the way back to 2006. Okay? Now you're ready, Cecil. Here we go. The very first dividend 20 years ago was March 17th, 2006. It's right there, March 17th, 2006. The first dividend, 2.9. Okay, not even 3 cents. It's not what I'm getting at. Hold on a second. So, if the Qs are consistently profitable, the very first one is 2.9. The next one should be 3, 3.1, 3.2, 3.7, 5.4, whatever. It should be higher than 2.9 because that's higher. Watch this. 20 years ago, 2.9. Second dividend was 2.6. It dropped. It wasn't as profitable. Hold on, it gets worse. 2.9, 2.6, down. 2.3, down. 5.4, higher. 2.7, down. 3.7, up. 2.6, down. 5.3, up. 3.3, down. 3.4, up. 2.8, down. Do you see this? Up, down, up, down, up, down. There's no consistency there whatsoever. So no, I don't do the Qs because they're just not consistently profitable. See, you got to understand, once you get to my side, now when I say that, I don't mean derogatory or anything, because you might get there, you might not. Okay? Now, when I mean my side, retirement. I'm retired. I get my first Social Security check this month, my very first ever, my first Social Security check this month. So imagine this, if you will. Let's say hypothetically you get $1,000, and then next month you get $1,000, and then next month you get $800. Next month you get $1,100. Next month you get $600. Next month you get $500. Next month you get $1,200. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. I want consistency, predictability, and safety. There's a few other leads I want there too, but no. The Qs, hell no. Not even 0.5%, and they're not consistently profitable. No, 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 hell no. Sorry. All right, what else do we got? Okay, so Cecil, no for that. Jimmy Christopher, AITX. What the hell is that? What the hell is AITX? AITX. Let's find out. Oh, hell no. Look at this thing. 0.0004, and there's no dividends? No. No, 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 no. Sorry, Jimmy, no. Cassandra, good evening. Zorbit, how are you? Brandon, war scares market some. Yes, it does. It wasn't a question, but okay. Shusk. Hey, sir, it's been a long time since I've seen you. Glad to see you again. Well, alrighty then. How are you doing today? Hope everything's going well for you. All right, Brandon, spooks. The market is better, I think, wording-wise. Okay, thank you. Shell, good evening. Doing calls is risky right now with the geopolitical issues going on. Why not look for puts? Okay, Shell, thank you for that. What do you have? I'll take a look at a put and give you my opinion. Banjo, do you think market is going to drop large tomorrow because of the war? Don't know. Okay, see, the funny thing is, all right, Banjo, same thing with all you other guys. Stocks go up, stocks go down. That's it. Okay, some are going to go down tomorrow, some are going to go up tomorrow. You just got to you got to hitch your wagon to the right one. Kaz, how do I feel about gold right now? I don't buy gold. Now, there's a reason why I don't buy gold cash. Okay, the reason I don't buy gold is gold does not give a rate of return. It's a storage of value. That's just like this cup does not give me a return, but it does store my tea. Okay, that's about all it does. All right. Here we go. What else do we have? Brandon, any good tech stocks you track? See, Brandon, you're under the impression that I actually track things. No, I don't. Everything I do, Brandon, is right here. Okay? Right there. This is what is called an EX dividend calendar. It's like any other calendar. Okay? We're in the month of March. Okay? The first trading day is tomorrow. Let me read some of these to you, all right? DD, that's DuPont, GS, Goldman Sachs, HIT, I don't know that one. HOG is Harley Davidson, LMT, Lockheed Martin, MCK, McKesson, NKE, Nike, okay? So, McDonald's, NEM, Fox, PayPal, Suncor, Halliburton, WDC, uh-oh. Is that WD-40, I think? I don't know. QCOM, EXPE, what is that one? Xperia? Expedia, okay, Expedia. Hey, what do we have? Oh, Bank of America, eBay, Kimberly-Clark, Tupperware, Pepsi, General Motors, BLK. Is that Blackstone, BLK? BlackRock, ooh, BlackRock. Okay, KHC. Nice. So I track the stocks that I look at, not by what they do, not by what they offer, but by the calendar. And there's a reason why I take a look at all my stocks by the calendar and not by anything else. Because the calendar tells me when they're going to have their dividend dates. Now, let me see if you can follow along with this, all right? Each little green dot on here represents a company. Walmart, Humana, Seagate, Altria, Kohl's, NVIDIA, Occidental Petroleum, McDonald's, Cisco, Campbell's Soup, Comcast, Illinois Toolworks, John Deere. You probably heard of almost all of those. So the stocks that I like, I stick them in the calendar. And then I will look at the stocks before they pay their dividend. Now, there's a reason why. Because dividends have a tendency to make the stocks increase in price. So if I'm looking at Kohl's on the 18th, okay, that's 2 weeks away. So I'm looking at Kohl's. Here's my thought process. Are you ready? Kohl's has a dividend. Now, just before they pay the dividend, the stock has a tendency to go up. So, if I buy Kohl's tomorrow morning, I sell someone the rights to buy it from me at a certain price by a certain date. Tomorrow morning, the option will expire on the 6th. That's 1 whole week. So what does that mean? Let's pull up Kohl's and I'll show you exactly what it means. Okay, Kohl's. KSS. There we go, Kohl's. Down, up, down. Well, I'm not going to do Kohl's because I'm waiting for the bottom, wait for it to turn around. But here's the thing. Okay, Kohl's has a dividend in 3 weeks. So, hypothetically speaking, the bottom should show up soon because just before it pays a dividend, stock has a tendency to go up. So if the stock goes up, I get 1637. The 1650 is going for 51. That's over 3%. 3% is over 150% per year. Now, what I'm looking for specifically is 1%. I'm looking for consistency, predictability, profit. Does it do the same thing over and over again? Well, take a look. Take a look right here. Let's go to Kohl's, KSS. Okay, now we want to take a look at historical prices. I want to show you something. Come on. There it is. Okay, what I want to show you, pay attention closely, because this is really cool shit. Really is. Okay, there's all the prices. Here's the dates. Okay? The opening price of the day, the high, the low, the close, the adjustment, the volume. What I want to show you is the dividend, and then go 2 weeks before the dividend and see if the stock moves. You ready? Where's the dividend? Right there. Dividend right there. You ready? Okay, see if you can pay attention to this. Okay, so the dividend is 12.5 cents. 12.5 cents. Let's go back 10 days. Okay, there it is right there. 12.5 cents, 10 days. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right there. 22.32. So if I buy it first thing in the morning, the opening price, the high, low, blah, blah, blah. Two, that's it. I'm looking at the opening price and the high. So if I buy it 10 days before the dividend date, okay, right here, 22.32. The dividend is 12.5 cents. So I came up with some software to do this many years ago. It just doesn't work anymore because, you know, they changed this right here, which is the URL. Once you change the URL, everything changes. All right, follow with me. Ready? Here's the dividend, 12.5 cents. So the opening price, 22.32. You take 12.5 cents, add it to 22.32. What does that come up with? 22.44. So if I buy it at the opening of the day, 22.32, I take the dividend, add it to it, now I'm at 22.42. Wait a minute, 44. 22.44, which the high of the day, 22.91. So think about it. I buy it 10 days before the EX date. There's the price right there. I add the dividend in. There it is right there. How many days does it take to hit that target? It took 1 day. Okay, here's the opening right there. You add that to that. Now I'm out. So I buy it first thing in the morning. I'm out in the same day, and I made my profit. Now, here's another idea. What if you did what's called a trailing stop, which means you buy it first thing in the morning as it opens up, you add the dividend into it, that's your exit right there, and your exit is accompanied with a trailing stop loss. So as the stock goes up, so doesn't the stop loss. So as it goes up, the stop loss moves up with it, and as it pulls back down, it gets kicked out, and you make even more of a profit. That was my original intention for my 9-year-old, because it was so simple. Okay, 10 days before the EX date, there it is. You add that to that, boom, I'm out on the very first day with a nice little profit. That's called dividend capturing 2.0. Okay, so hopefully that made sense. So no, I don't follow any stocks and I don't track anything. I look at the calendar because the calendar tells me what stocks are paying and when. And usually just before the EX date, the stock goes up in value. When the stock goes up in value, I can jump in, jump out, have a nice little profit within a couple of days. All right. How are you feeling about gold? Already did that one. How are you feeling about gold? Already did that one. Brandon, thank you. Bit2 pins. What the hell is pins? Nope, don't want that. Pins, you say? Pins. Really? Pins? What the hell is pins? What's the date? The date today is March 1st. Pins. Well, let's take a look at it. P-I-N-S. Pinterest. Oh, okay. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look, it's down, up, down, up. What's going on right there? Looks like it's coming back down again. Well, let's zoom in. There it is right there. The high, she drops, fills the gap. See the gap right here? That gap's already been filled right there. She went up, filled the gap. Now she's coming back down again. Okay, she dropped down to 14. She jumped up to 18. Now it's coming back down again. Well, why do you think that is? Think about it. $4 on a $14 stock? That's more than 25%. Of course it's going to come back down again. All righty. What else we got? We're looking at GE. Alex, what is going to happen with the stock market tomorrow? I'll tell you what's going to happen tomorrow, Alex. Stocks are going to go up, and some stocks are going to go down. It's just what it is. You got to remember, the stock market's been around for 400 years. Okay, a war is just another activity. Think about it. Because in the last 100 years, we had World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Korea, anything happening over the Gulf, Salvador, blah, 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 all that crap. And we still have companies that are consistently increasing their profits year after year after year after year. We have a couple of companies, actually we have a bunch of companies over 100 years old. They've seen all that. To them, it's just another war, no big deal. I'm sorry to sound so minor and trivial about it, but it basically is. It's just another war. They had World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Korea. They all came and went. Stock market's still there. Okay? What else we got? Gen Xer! What's happening? He wants to take a look at CVS. CVS. Ooh, interesting. Take a look. The high, the low, what was, where is, up, down, up. Okay, what's going on there? 79.90. Okay, well, the 80 is going for 112. That's over 1%. But does it make sense? Here we go. Take a look at this. Okay? Before you jump in and say, yay, hold on a second there, Gen Xer. Okay, 30 days ago, we're at 72. We jumped up to 79, dropped down to 73. Jumped up to 79, dropped down to 73. Now we're at 80. That's a 30-day high. Sorry, I don't buy at the 30-day high. It's time to get rid of it. Johnny Pittman. Thank you there, Johnny Pittman. And maybe look at the seasonality chart. Vino wants to take a look at Hertz on the seasonality chart. Okay. HTZ. Now, some of you probably have no idea what a seasonality chart is. Let me explain. Here we go. You ready? Seasonality chart. Basically, it tells you the seasons. Think about it. Winter, spring, summer, fall. There's only 4. Winter, spring, summer, fall. Okay, we're coming out of the winter. Okay? Here's where spring starts, right there. Summer starts right about there. Fall starts right about there. Winter starts right about here. Okay, so we're coming out of winter. Seasonality right here. This is where we are. She's basically going to go sideways at this moment in time. So if you don't know what a seasonality chart is, January 1st, way over here. December 31st, way over here. This blue line represents what's happening this year. Well, it's coming down, and now we're here. She looks like she's going to bounce up. Okay. The red line. The red line represents 10 years of historical performance. What has it done predictably over the last 10 years? Well, it went down, sideways, up, down, sideways, down, sideways. That's basically what it's done over the last 10 years. Is it a good time to buy? I don't know. Do you like it? That's the question. Christo! Is there a stock I can buy under $1,000 into your system? Yes, a bunch. We just looked at Hertz a couple of minutes ago. Not that I'm saying to buy it. I'm just saying we looked at Hertz. It was like $430 with a 4.7. Hold on a second. All right. Who came? Christo? Which one's Hertz? Hertz. All right, Christo, right there. Hertz. $17 is the profit. $433 is the investment. And what kind of rate of return was this? 3.9. That's almost 4%. Now think about it. If 1% every week is 50% per year, 2% is going to be 100% per year. What do you think 3.9% every week? Now, you're not going to get 3.9% every week. I mean, just let's be serious. This is just this week. Next week, it might be different. It might be higher. It might be lower. I don't know. But rule 1 never changes. Never buy something you don't want to own. I got some more questions I got to come up with, so let's do this. All right, wait, that. I hate it when it does that. I wonder if they have software updates for this thing. Yep, I'm getting tired. I've had a long day today. Let me think, what did I do today? Ooh, got up this morning, went and played some soccer. That's always fun. There we go, right there. Yep, okay. There we go. All righty. Seek peace within. Ooh, I like that one. Meg wants to take a look at ASTS. What the heck is ASTS? Wait. I think I've done that one before. I'm just drawing a blank at the moment. Okay. Kingtown. Yes, that is Thinkorswim. Daniel Hunter. You have to invest $37,000 in Home Depot. Where do they come up with this, with the investment? Okay, so Daniel Hunter, let me see if I can explain something to you for a second, okay? Now, Daniel, I'm 62 years old, which means my very first job I had in 1973, 1974, somewhere in that area. But here's the thing, okay? As you work, day in, day out, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. I put in 5 decades. 5 decades. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So let's say I save 50 cents a day for 50 years. Okay? So yeah, I have over 6 digits in my account. 6 digits, which is over 100, 200,000, somewhere in that area. I'm 62 years old. I have no idea how old you are, but when you get here to MySpace to be retired, you got 2 options. Number 1, take all the money you earned, invest it yourself, or 2, give your money to someone else, let them do it for you. So at 62, a $37,000 investment in Home Depot is not a big deal for me. Now, it might be for you. Okay, so I would suggest you look at something other than Home Depot because it's a $300 stock. Well, why not look at a $20 stock, a $30 stock, $50 stock? Don't do a $300 stock if you're just getting started. How far out are you looking on options? 5 days. Okay, Rocket 126. I'm a weekly trader. I buy on Monday. I like to be out on Friday. That's it. 1% per week is what I'm looking for. Social Lily, thank you. You're welcome. Kemper Martin, what's going on? I missed some. SMR. Oh, I have some SMR. Oh, wow. I missed some questions. Let's take a look at some of these. It's 11 o'clock, so we don't have much more time left. So let's see what we can come up with. We already got our 5 stocks for the day, so we're not really going to look at anything else, but I will answer some questions. So Rocket 126, I look 5 days out. Ron DeFranco, how are you doing today? Thank you. Thank you for the ice cream cone, Rhonda. That was very nice of you. Cesar, thank you. Rhonda, thank you. Johnny Pittman, Parker Hannafin, I like that one. Our dog, Qcom. Let's take a look at it tomorrow, our dog, okay? If it's paying 7.1, wouldn't there be some sort of volatility where it might want to look into? Absolutely. I'm just showing you what the numbers are, okay? I got 5 simple rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. Even though whatever it was is paying 7.1, you need to understand who the company is, what they do, and then you got to decide, is that a company you want to put your money into? It's we're all adults here. You need to make the right choices for yourself. It doesn't really matter what I'm doing. I mean, I show people exactly what I'm doing. I don't hide anything. Okay, but if you're interested in that stock to pay 7.1%, yeah, take a good look at the company. Is that where you want to put your money in? It's either yes or a no. Mud, we already looked at Lockheed Martin. Shell, doing calls is risky right now with the geopolitical. Okay, Shell, we already talked about this. Give me an option, I'll take a look at it. Or give me a stock, I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at the puts, I'll take a look at the calls. Al wants to take a look at Moderna. Okay, Al, maybe tomorrow. Michael Kelly, Dell. I love Dell. I really do. I actually have some. Tomorrow. Okay, we're already past 11 o'clock. Tara says hi. Thank you, Mike. I have no idea who Tara is, but okay. Aaron. Hey, Aaron. Marvel. We already looked at Marvel. Big Drew. Big Drew says Hertz has no dividends. She's right. It doesn't. But somebody wanted to take a look at it, Drew. Lockheed Martin and HWM. What is HWM? HWM. Homet Aerospace. Dude, I don't buy anything at the high of the year. Look at that thing. No, no, and no. Young Fish. A gig. Okay. I have no idea what that is. AGIG. Abundia Global. Yeah, no. What do I think of oil stocks tomorrow? You'd have to give me another one. You worried about Iran? It's the other side of the planet. Why would I care? No, seriously. No, I don't want to be rude. Okay? I'm 62. There's no possible way they're sending me over there, number one. Number two is whatever's happening over there has got nothing to do with me personally. So I got nothing against those people. And I don't I don't get in the middle of the night and say prayers for them either because I have no idea who they are. Okay, and you got to remember something. A lot of people get a misconception of this. You got the people, and then you got the government. Okay, you may or may not agree with what's happening over in Russia, but I was actually in Russia. I actually went to Russia many years ago. The people over there are super nice. Okay, now the governmental people, they weren't so nice. But the people, the average people, yeah, they're nice. Everybody, people are the same no matter where you go. They want what's best for themselves. They want what's best for their family and friends. And they don't want the government poking their nose where it doesn't belong. And that goes with every country. Even in Iran, even in Iraq, even in Russia, even here in the United States. Okay, my neighbors are great people. Okay, we went out boating today. Guy next to me, great guy. Everybody on the boat, nice people. But there are a few people I don't like, and most of them are in the government. Isn't that weird? Because most average people are good people. They want what's good for themselves and their family and loved ones. Analyzing call option. All right, I already did that one. D-Dub, thank you for that. Karen, Caden, what's going on? Web MNN. Ooh, I like MNN. WDC is Western Digital. Thank you there, that guy. What do you think about Wendy's? Wendy's a monthly optional stock. I don't do it. I don't do monthlies at all. Weekly options only. Okay, we only have a few questions left. What do we have over here? Thoughts on GME? GameStop? They don't have enough dividends to pique my interest. This is why I watch every night. You're a genius. Running gold. Thank you. Good for my ego, by the way. That guy, does a trailing stop also close your covered call? Wait, no. You cannot do both of them. Okay, you got to pick a strategy, and you can only do one strategy. Okay, if you're going to buy the stock, great, that's one strategy. Eventually, you got to sell something. Sell the stock, sell an option. Okay, you want to do a trailing stop? You can't do an option with a trailing stop. I mean, you can't do the order I showed you. Okay, buy the stock, add the dividend into it, use a trailing stop. You can't do that with a covered call because you got to buy the covered call back before you do that. Do you think we're at the bottom? Rhonda, the bottom of what? And Rhonda, we're never at the bottom of anything because even when stocks drop, remember back in April of last year, old Donnie Boy said tariffs, and everybody panicked and the stock dropped. Yeah, that was in April last year. Almost everything went down. Some stuff still went up. So when some stocks shoot to the roof, some drop. When everything drops, some go up. The money doesn't disappear. It goes from one person to the next. So where are you in that equation? Okay, are you looking at stocks that are dropping at this period of time, or are you looking at stocks that are increasing at this period of time? Okay? Andrew wants to take a look at Nokia. Look at it next time. You, sir, are a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you. Thank you for entertaining my questions. All right, Vino, thank you for that. Just got here. Are you tired of going over NVIDIA? If not, would you do it again? Hell no. NVIDIA's $185, and they give a 1 penny dividend. The book value is $4.79. Why the hell would I pay $185 for a stock that's only worth $5? No. But that's me. You like NVIDIA? Have at it. Enjoy yourself. Yeah. Come on. There we go. Ooh, Intel. Speckled, how you doing? Thank you, Speckled. Our dog, thank you for that. Wando, Intel, I love Intel, I do, but we'll look at it tomorrow. User 329160, Hood, look at it tomorrow. Tomorrow. Ooh, we're done here. What about October 10? I have no idea what you mean by October 10. Yes, thank you for being there. Thank you, Rhonda. Rhonda, what do you mean about October 10? You wouldn't buy 10 shares of a video and then do it that. All right, I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about, Rhonda, but okay. All right, what do we have over here? Is BP still profitable? It was the day Charlie Kirk got shot. I sunk Bitcoin. Oh, it's okay. All righty then. Yeah, that's like getting into politics. Now, don't get me wrong. I've listened to a lot of what Charlie had to say. Okay, and I've listened to a lot of what people who don't like Charlie had to say. Okay, so what argument do you want to take? You want to take the good stuff about Charlie? Or you want to talk about the bad stuff about Charlie? What do we have over here? Ooh, Kimberly Clark. I love Kimberly Clark. Cyber Ninja. Love that one. Didn't that affect the what? I gotta let you finish your thought there, Rhonda. Punjab. Thank you for showing up. NQ opened on a gap. Thank you there, Polly. PSKY. Thank you, Polly. Yeah, it did affect the stocks. You know, news like that do affect certain things. Patriotic Icon. ZS. We already looked at that one. It was a no. For me, anyway. Winkelgash. Interesting name. Articulator. Wait a minute. Arctic Tiger. Is BP still profitable? BP. Well, it's almost at the high of the year. Look at where it is. 450, the 40-50 is going for 16. I'm going to say no. 38.86. 38s, yeah. But, see, you can't really go by the numbers on after hours because the after hours were at 40-50. Last trade was 38. So, yeah, these numbers are all going for that number, not this number. So when the market opens, yeah, take another look. What are you buying it for? Okay, 5 questions. Ready? What am I buying it for? What am I selling against it? What am I collecting? Is it more than 1%? Should I do it? That's a simple question. RTX. Memo, I love RTX. Bob Smith. Thank you there, Bob Smith. Enza Coca-Cola. Enza, you know, whoa, Enza, I don't buy Coca-Cola at the high. No. SMR. Ooh, I like SMR. Hold on. OKLO. Interesting. I want to see what happens here. She's dropping. What's going to happen? John Bahay, PSX. That's Phillips 66, right? PSX. Phillips 66. Ooh, nice. Look what's happening right there. Nice. Good pick there, John. Yi Lin, SMR. Interesting. Now, SMR is dropping. What's going to happen right there? She's bottoming out. Okay? Here's the bottom of the year right there. Now, funny thing about the stock market, you make your most money buying low and selling high. Well, SMR, the bottom of the year was last week, if you like the company. And it's always going to come down to that, do you like the company? T.S. Smith, what's happening? D-Dub, thank you there, D-Dub. Rift Valley, Cool Beans, Ali. Hewlett Packard, I love Hewlett Packard. Let's take a look at it tomorrow. Social Lily, thank you, you're welcome. Kemper Martin, thank you. Alpha 96, hello. Okay, Cyber Ninja, we'll take a look at it tomorrow. Eversky Max, Cremo Jr., I have no idea what that means. Thank you there, Duke. Oh, 22554412855522, call me Larry. I know I like Abelmal, treated us so good last week. Try it again. Larry, let's take a look at it tomorrow. Okay, only because it's past 11. And I still got a lot of things to do tonight. Duke, I thought you always sold covered calls. You didn't. I didn't know you bought calls. No. Duke, I do not buy calls. No. You're absolutely right. I do covered calls. Okay? I don't buy call options. Just said a whole lot of nothing. Thank you, Evan. Not quite sure what you're expecting to hear, but okay. Sue, 186. Iron, take a look at tomorrow. Rich Mix, putting a call on RTX in the morning. Your thoughts? Thank you for the good night. And what is the difference? Uh-oh. Rhonda, what is the difference about what? Because thank you, have a good night. Well, that's a statement. What is the difference? What is the difference about what? Cover. I have no idea what you mean, cover. Oh, covered calls. A covered call, you buy the stock, you sell the option. Okay, he's talking about buying options. I don't buy options. Yes, Big Drew, I know Hertz has no dividends. EDG, thank you for that. Do I have a course? Yes, I do. Prudential, Richard, how you doing? So, hold on a second. So, EDG, I try not to sell anything on my lives. Okay? Very, very, very rarely will you ever hear me say, hey, can I pitch you an idea? No, I don't do that. I share information. We're all adults. We know how it works. I got a course that's up in the bio. All that stuff is there. Prudential, Richard, Prudential's a monthly. Terry Sook, TSL, yes. And Macy's, yes. Asandra Ali, how are you doing? Deanna, good evening. Autumn 01, how are you today? Asada Ali, amazing, thank you. Mighty Bargain, how are you doing today? Mr. Bell. Congress. Why'd you take it earlier? Why'd I take what earlier? That Winslow. Why'd you take it? I have no idea what that means. Oscar's House, thank you. DHT Holdings. No, I never heard of it. Ali, Mosaic, maybe tomorrow. Robert Hubert, how are you doing today? Mighty Brain, thank you. Key, how are you? Lee and Joe, okay. Oh, smart, thank you. Eddie Campos, thank you. Sunshine, thank you. Mr. Rick, Rocky, WLDS long-term 0.46 price to book. Only like 20,000 debt, 4 million in cash. All right, Rocky, I like the way you come up with all that information. WLDS. Wearable devices. WLDS, wearable devices. Hell no. Okay, dude, it's no. Okay? I'm looking for 2 decades. 2 decades of profits. WLDS is just getting started. No, thank you. Amber, how are you doing today? Thank you there, Miss Amber. NATO, how are you doing today? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Vago. Okay. Brown Family Builders. That really clocked for me. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Clicked. That makes more sense. Oh, and Danny. Good afternoon. George Gogov. Okay. Passport Eric. We'll look at it tomorrow. Course Prowess. Thank you. XRP. No dividends. No thank you. MOS Mosaic. I love Mosaic. I do. Doug Fryer. Hertz. Yeah. I don't think so. I think it was the 450s was a bigger price. DJ, it's complicated, but I was looking at STLA, Stellantis. Okay. DV Best, thank you. DG302. Evening, James. What was the list you came up with tonight? 1 minute. I'll get to that in a second. Kyle, thoughts on RTX. We'll get it tomorrow. OC, what's your name and phone number? It's right up in the bio. Okay, go to the bio, right at the top left-hand corner where you are, right there. See it right there? Yeah, you'll be able to get in touch with me there. Oscar's House, thank you for that. Doug Fryer, when to roll covered calls? When the market maker is going to give you more than 1% for next week. All right, so done. And we have some down here. What do we have down here? Do I trade futures? I used to years ago, not anymore. Okay, hold on. I got a bunch of missed questions. Sunrun, no. Lunar, we looked at that one. God bless you. Thank you, Steve. What's the date? The date is the 1st of March. Benny, oil, we looked at some of those already. What is the best top 3 stocks to invest in under $50 right now, in your opinion, please? Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and anything on Wally. That dude from Omaha, what's his name? I forget his name. Warren, thank you. Anything on Warren Buffett's list? Thank you, Oscar. Yeah, yep. Thank you, Guitar Guy. Yeah, anything on Warren Buffett's list. What about futures? I love futures. I just don't trade them anymore. And I definitely don't do, what is that, Forex? Yeah, no. My Music Gen X. If you own stock and it's falling, say, 25% over several months, and selling covered calls, your premium isn't going to offset the downside of the stock. What do you do since your strike price isn't hit? You're new here. You know how I can tell you're new here? Because, let's do this. You ready? Okay. Are you ready for this? Take a look on the chart. The high of the year, $70. The high of the year, 70. That's a 7-0. 7-0 is the high, $70. What's the low? The low is $14. So this stock here went from $70 down to 14. 70 down to 14. I think that's a little bit more than 25%. Don't you think? Okay, so here you go. You ready? I jumped into this at 52. 52 right here. Okay, high 70. I jumped in at 52. Now it's down at 14. Okay, now hold on. I'm going to pull it up for you so you can actually see, so you know I'm not blowing smoke right here. Okay, open right there. Okay, so you ready? Here they are. Here's the trades right here. December 3rd, 2025. I bought 100 shares at 52. Now it's at 14. Hold on. It's all going to make sense in a minute. Okay, so the very next day, I bought some more at 38. So December 3rd is at 52. December 4th, it's at 38. Okay, so I bought 52. Then the very next day, I bought at 38 because it dropped quite a bit. Hold on. Then I bought some last week at 16. So now my dollar cost average on this stock is 24. It still dropped to 14 though, okay? But I'm in it at 24 because once you dollar cost average, it changes everything. Okay, but I need to make at least 24 cents per share because 24 cents per share is 1%. Originally, it was 52, but nope, I dollar cost average, so now it's got to be 24.50. So let's say 25 cents. I got to make 25 cents every single week on HIMS, H-I-M-S. Okay, let's find out. Trade HIMS. Let's move this over right there. Move this over to there, and let's open this up a little bit more. 14. Okay, so I'm in at 24. Okay, can I sell a covered call to pick up 1%? 1% is 24. Okay, so what's the covered calls for? Right now the stock's at 14.52. I'm not going to sell a 14.52. It's going for 62 cents. Okay, no, way too close. 2 strikes out of the money. Now we're at 42. Better, but no, still too close because it doesn't make me comfortable. 3 strikes out of the money. 15.50. It's going for 28 cents. So let me see if I understand this correctly. You think that a stock can drop 25% and I wouldn't get my 1%. Well, the stock did drop. And I'm selling 3 strikes out of the money, the 15.50s, and I'm picking up 28 cents, which is more than 1%. So that's how I know you're new, because you're not paying attention. Because I bought the stock in December at 52. I slowly dollar cost average, so now my average price is 24.50, something like that. So I need to bring in 1%. 1% of 24.50 is 25. But 3 strikes out of the money, the 15.50 is going for 28. That's more than 1%. So yeah, as the stock drops, I drop my strike price. But I do not sell, because you got 3 choices. ITM in the money. ATM at the money. OTM out of the money. Basically, what does it mean? The closer you get to at the money, it's where all the action is happening. That's the highest rate of return you're going to get. Hold on, as you go up higher or lower your cost or lower your strike price, makes it a safer trade. Safer, but lower rate of return. Once you go out of the money, higher rate of return, but the stock has to perform, which means the stock has to go up. So I like to do at the money most of the time. But if the stock is dropping, I want to go out of the money so I'm still collecting something, but not having the risk. Does that make sense? How to overcome massive. Didn't I just explain that? Massive drawdown, you dollar cost average, and you can sell out of the money options. Well, this thing has out of the money options. Hold on, let me get rid of this. Okay? Out of the money, go. 1 strike, 62. 2 strikes, 42. 28, 18, 12, 8, 6. I can go 6 strikes out of the money and still bring in 0.5%. I'm okay with that, because 0.5% every single week is still 26% at the end of the year. Now, I do this every single day because, well, I formed a habit 30 years ago because I didn't like what I was being offered. Okay, you put your money in here, we'll give you 1 or 2% for the year. Yeah, no, thank you. Do it myself, I get 1% every single week. I'm okay with that, because 1% every week is over 50% per year, and I'm okay with 50% per year. It does, makes perfect sense. Thank you, my music Gen X. I love the Gen X music, I do. The 70s, 80s, awesome music. Some of the 90s is okay, but the 70s and 80s, oh, great stuff. But I think that's about it for the questions. I got it. You dollar cost average and lower your strike and recoup loss. Wait. Recoup losses? No. Just because the stock went down. Okay? See, I need you to understand this part, because this part is very important. Are you ready? Okay? Now, he thinks, okay, now I'm not picking on you personally, but let me explain something so that you'll understand it a little differently. Okay? Now, remember when I said simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose? That's the 5 criteria. All right? So the 5 rules that go along with it: number 1, never buy something you don't understand. Number 2, never sell a loss. Number 3, make sure the company's profitable. Number 4, weekly options. Number 5, make sure the numbers work. Look at it this way. Let's move this back over here. You're gonna love this. Watch this. Okay. Now, remember when I said, the high of the year was $70? All right, hold on. I gotta switch cameras. Okay. Remember I said the high of the year was $70? Okay, and the low of the year was 14. Okay, the high, the low. That's a big difference. So here's the thing. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, okay, me, buy 1,000 shares at $70. Okay, 1,000 shares at $70. Wonderful. Now let's say you buy 1,000 shares at 14. Whoops. Okay, now let me explain something to you. Okay, I have 1,000 shares. That gives me the right to sell 10 contracts. You have 1,000 shares. You have the right to sell 10 contracts. Regardless of the stock price, the amount of shares you have gives you the ability to collect dividends or premiums per share per contract. So at $70, I got 1,000 shares, 10 contracts. At $14, you have 1,000 shares at 10 contracts. Now, let's say they give out 20-cent dividend. How much are you collecting as opposed to how much I'm collecting? 20 cents multiplied by 1,000 is $200. Okay, so I have 1,000 shares at $70. What am I collecting? $200. You have 1,000 shares at 14. How much are you collecting? $200. The cost of the stock has got nothing to do with how many premiums you can collect and how many dividends you can collect. So as long as, remember rule number 3, as long as the company's consistently profitable, I really don't care about the stock price. I don't. Because whether I buy it at 70 or whether I buy it at 14, I'm still collecting the exact same dividend. It doesn't change because of the stock price. What else doesn't change? You know what else doesn't change? Check this out. Hold on. All right. Now, you got 10 contracts, okay? And let's say you sell the 1550s, okay? And the 1550s are going for 28. So what's 28 cents multiplied by 1,000? $280. Okay? Now, I bought it at $70 and I have 10 contracts and I sell the 1550. I collect the exact same amount you do, $280. I really don't care about the stock price. Is the company consistently profitable or not? However many shares I have, 1,000 shares at 70, you get 1,000 shares at 14, we're both collecting the exact same amount of money. If I sell for less than 70, that ain't gonna happen. I never sell less than what I paid for it. But that's me. Okay? Rule number 2, never sell for less than what you paid for it. And I'm a firm believer of that. I will hold on to that stock for who knows how long until it hits my target price. That's it. I got it. Thanks for explaining. I'm glad you like it. Okay, so yeah, stocks do go down, but here's one thing I didn't tell you yet. You ready? It's not a profit until you take it. On the other side, it's not a loss until you take it. So you buy it at 14 and she shoots up, you can sell it and take the profit. I buy it at 70 and it drops. If I sell it, I'm taking a loss. That means I'm agreeing to take the loss. Well, I'll tell you what, that ain't going to happen. I'm never going to sell for a loss. Do you know why? Because I get 10 contracts. I can sell 10 contracts every single week. It's 11:30. I'm out of here. You guys have a great night. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I got to say, somebody wanted to see the trades they found. Here they are right here again. What are they? What are they? Here we go, right there. Oh, what do we got? We got PLTR. I don't do that one. Google. I don't do that either. Home Depot. Hell yeah. Marble. Yeah. And Hertz. Yeah. Okay, so I have some of that. I don't have any of that, but okay. That's what I came up with tonight. Tomorrow night, we're going to do the same thing all over again. 5 nights a week. Every single week. Every single week. 5 nights a week. Let's do it again. You guys have a great night, and we be done. So now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, for which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. Let's turn this thing off.